Holding you with the hands. That's what I'm all about. In my eyes, visions in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation don't be critical. Express what you be easy. The end don't be critical. Look, flow like it's something like a miracle. Loyalty in my veins. Loyalty in my veins. Get back and learn the purpose. Plus the feelings in my heart. It's true. In my word. Bring light into the dark. Night never new forward. Shit out blazing in the seas. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I be. Now they walking with them things. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas begging freedom. Criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Y'all, it won't make me sound old. These niggas begging that soul better deal with it. So back off. You rip the shit like Central. Young dogs all blocked out. And I didn't say I took for it. No room for emotion. So I pour my heart. This road hard, but I ain't keep the state. You be kidding, and they get the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down something. Blood so deep, you want to ride tonight? You want to ride tonight?
Nah, Saturday.
No, it's the home. And I don't hate you, baby. I'm just too low to my home.
Yeah. Just picked up like you're wild. Just like I dropped off. The what do you say, Baron? Yeah. Yeah. Like Baron's like you know the wheels thing that has bolts on it. The way this thing is designed, it's like a case behind that. That's bearings in there, whatever. Rotate, go with it. I couldn't see it. That's why I good. And you change the bearings like you remember how I used to home when I dropped. Don't do that no more because that's what it was. It finally got so bad that we like you know what I mean? He said they were trying to lock up or something. Like,
I know it. Mine's doing the same shit.
Yeah, you got to get the bearings changed. Yeah. I might be able to do it now that I've seen him do it. You know what I mean? Well, how much I was charged for that? Yeah, okay. I had to do the front end also. Because when I was telling you the front end, my jack tires, the front end. So you lease all the front ends tight and all new parts. I heard about it.
Yeah. 144 in black central some hitman shit. She called it 47.
Trooper say ain't gonna make it.
Me on my soldiers dressed for the win. Fuck the fame. Hey, I tell them I'm loyal to the game.
So it's a grant for both of them.
Nah, he only changed the bearings. Okay, to change the bearings, that was like $300.
Okay, so
that was like $300. Yeah. And then it was like another $600 or something to change all the front end shit.
Okay.
I got all of them,
You needed that though, but
yeah, I needed
the bearings was $3.
Yeah, the bearings. It's the bearings. That's what was making that noise. So to do that, it was like $300. Yeah, that was for like the whole new front end. Like, you know how when you get an alignment, you start all the parts that do the alignment thing. I got all of them. So it's basically the new front end.
I told you it was the bearings.
Yeah.
Because mine's making the same noise.
How yours sound?
It's going.
Like you can hear the humming in there. Yeah, you might hear the bearings. Like we will never get like even when the guy called me, I didn't want to drive with him. Like, he's like, man, that shit sounds scary. The way it sounds, I'm telling you, that shit sounds like the whole front end.
Yeah, I know.
I shine bright, that's all done. I got the mic on, I got the portable mic on. So it's just going to be on our start next week. Maybe all of Saturday. We got to start. Yeah, because they ain't allowed like have stuff scrolling across the screen and stuff like that. You know, information. So, I'm not going to see what it means. You know, like they start getting into words and stuff like that, and language stuff, you know, obviously, regular words, start like now. I'll have to keep everybody peace. Yeah. Then I'll go to start writing. Like whoever's in class, whoever's write a copy down. Everybody got faith. Everybody chance to start it out. There with everybody else just started, you know what I mean? Hopefully, you know what I mean? Like these sisters should have the kids up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it started from the bottom, okay? You know, familiar with the characters, you know, how it sounds, what sound they make and stuff. It's like ABC, you know, and you know, like then start putting words together. That's good, I know. A lot of people today, until they start talking to you, they make it out. Right. Yep. Everything on the planet, basically, you know what I mean, is a copy of this. Because in the top, they pronounce like this looks like. Yeah, they use this as a top. Like when they pronounce it, like think about hand. Hand is still a cup, like it's SHALAM. They use this letter as the H. Now that's why you see that H. They use that H like that. Yeah, everything derives off the Hebrew, it's the original language of the earth and everything. So wow, that kind of like a key. It definitely look like a lot. So yeah, it's all there. And it's that pure language, man. It's not like the bastard tongue, because I hate the American language, because like I said, like the shit is not, it's just not, you know, extra. Hey, shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shamal Athab Bashim Yahushua to the sisters. It's the I.S.U.P.K. Florida.
We down here in the headquarters. So 1628 Avenue E, Riviera Beach. This is where we get it in. So if you want to come on out and join us, sit in class, get down with us, get this brotherhood in. Tonight is the Lashawan Qadash, and we'll start from the bottom. Just get used to like the characters and the sounds that go along with them. So I'm just going to give us a few more minutes, maybe play another song, let some brothers and sisters get in and get ready. What you want to do is have your some paper, some pencils, some learning utensils. Follow along with us, and we're gonna learn this Hebrew language together. Okay. So just bear with us for a few more minutes. I'll play another song and then we'll get it in.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Most High Christ. High Christ. All right. Clap it up. Most High Christ. Get the Most High hand for bringing us into the truth of the I.S.U.P.K. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Since 1969, we've been teaching that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible. And you know what I mean? So we're going to take it a step further and start teaching our brothers and sisters this Hebrew language. You know what I mean? The Holy Tongue. What's that scripture where it say that it would be the Lord put a holy language, a holy tongue in our mouths? I'm paraphrasing. It's no sweat. Find it. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna start with the basics, okay? First, I'm gonna have the brothers come up and recite the characters. Go ahead, pull it for me. We're gonna recite the characters of the Hebrew language, okay? Starting from right to left is how we write the Hebrew and read the Hebrew, okay? It's not like the the white man's bastard tongue, where he starts from the left and goes to the right. We start from the right to the left, okay? So like I said, what you want to do is, you want to have your learning materials together, okay? And if you need us to send you any material, as far as like the the Hebrew characters or whatever like that, just put your email address in the comment section, and we'll get it out to you, okay? So I got some heavy hitters in here with me tonight, you know what I mean? Officer Sharatazar, Officer Aikazal. So we're gonna start it off. Did you find that scripture? What did you say? Go ahead and read it. Hold on, Slacky. Hold on. Get us mic'd up. All right. So yeah, we got the mic. And turn it up a little bit. Okay, yeah, that is. All right, so you can hear me better? Let them know where you're at.
Oh God. Book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9.
It's like, come up here and read it.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
A pure language. This is the language from the Most High. You know what I mean? Like, it's not tainted. Go ahead.
That they may all call upon the name of the Most High.
Right, go ahead.
To serve him with one consent.
That means we all on the same accord. You know what I mean? Like, we coming back to our culture. We're not speaking English. We're not speaking Spanish. We all gonna be right back with this holy tongue. We all gonna be on one consent. Go ahead.
From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed shall bring my offering.
Okay, go ahead and drop that. But that's this Hebrew language we got. Most High said this will be a holy tongue. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do, like I said earlier, I'm gonna have the brothers come up and repeat the characters, or go ahead and say what we call the alphabet, the characters, and we'll run through that real quick, and then we'll start. What we'll do is we'll write them on the board, and also sound them out, so we know what the sound is with each character, and I just want us to start getting familiar with it. So we're gonna start with the basics, okay? So I'll go ahead and go first, and say the characters of the alphabet, the Hebrew,
and I'll just go ahead and get it started, okay? Okay, it's going to be A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. Okay, and those are the sounds that these characters represent. And as we move along and go forward, we'll start putting those sounds together and making words. It's basic, just like you grew up here in America or wherever. You learned the ABC, A, B, C, D, and then you start putting those letters together and making words and sentences, and that's how you learn to communicate. And that's how we're going to start right here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge down here in Florida. This is the headquarters. We're getting it in, and we're gonna start from the bottom, and we're gonna just progress. Okay. So I'm gonna have I.S.U.P.K come up, and he's gonna go ahead and recite his the characters, and we'll just keep going. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha.
Give him a hand. Inside Christ. Let me get that. So yeah, we're gonna this is, this is what coming back to your own culture for a lot of us, it's a shock, everything we do is separate, we should have our own way of talking and speaking, our own way of dressing, our own way of dealing with each other. Everything we do is holy, and that's what the word holy means, to be separate, okay? So that's what we learn to do right here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So I'm going to have Officer Sharatazak come up and go ahead and do the same thing.
Come. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha.
Man. Osai Christ. And as you can see, we're gonna all speak the same language in the same tongue, right? So the tongue is how you speak the Hebrew, okay? Because you have, white people who try to speak the Hebrew and they speak it in a different tongue. It's the same language, but they speak it in a different tongue. The way they speak it, it's a different tongue.
Right.
It's like the way, just like in America right now, we speak English, but we speak it in a different tongue. We speak, our speech is like slang. Like we put something on it. It's not like the way the white man. It's his language, so he can speak it however he want to speak it, but we speak it differently. You know what I mean? So, but also, like, as you hearing the brothers repeat the characters, you can hear like we have our own little way of, pronouncing and saying, the letters or whatever. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to be perfect, but you want to know the sounds and the characters to start off, and then we're gonna start, like I said, we're gonna progress and start putting them together and making words, and then that's where it's gonna get, like where you have to know how to put them together. It's a different, you can't just, like, if you have certain, let's just use Abba, okay? What does that mean? Right, Abba is father, But with just Abba, in some cases you'll have where you pronounce the first character, but then you only like pronounce the last letter on the ending character. But that's for later. We'll get into that later. But first we have to learn, like how to speak, how to pronounce each sound that is
associated with each symbol, okay? You got to be able to, you know what I mean? Just like you read today in America, you know, you see the A and the B and the C, you know what I mean? Like you see certain letters, and you know there's a flow to it, how you're going to pronounce those letters, okay? So what we're going to do, that's where we're going to, you know, end up. That's where we're headed. But right now, for this class tonight, we're just going to, we're going to write out the characters on the board, and we're going to sound them out just to get, you know, let everybody get familiar with, you know, the sounds. Go ahead.
You want me to write?
Yeah, you can do that. So just give me a minute. And then, you know, y'all brothers, look, y'all have something you want to bring out, just, you know, go ahead and, you know what I mean? Like, we all, you know what I mean? Like, we can go ahead and get it, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to have Officer I.S.U.P.K come up, and he's going to, you know, like, write the first 6 or, you know, 5 or 6 characters along with the sound underneath. And then we'll just, you know what I mean, we'll go through it again, pronounce them or whatever, and just give, you know, brothers and sisters a chance to, you know, get acclimated with what we're doing. All right. All right, we'll sign Christ. Yeah, you can stay up there. Yeah. So this is the A, okay? A is the first letter in the list of characters that we have. How many we have? 22? 22 characters, okay? 22 sounds, 22 distinctive sounds, different sounds. And 22 different characters, okay? So we're just gonna start slow, okay? So this is the A, okay? So you wanna practice, go ahead and write these down, you know what I mean? Because if you're writing them down, you'll get more familiar with it. Just looking at it, you won't be, you know what I mean? Like practice, like it'll become, what is it like?
Memory.
Yeah, it's like muscle memory. You know what I mean? Like, and it'll help your memory when you see it. You know the sound because you have, you know, you actually you did an action with like writing it, and you see it and you say it. Okay, so we got the and then we have what's up? Okay, and this is the okay, and then we have the ba, okay, ba. And you, like I said, if you're in class, you should be writing this down, okay? Write it down, study it, practice it, okay? And this is the God, okay? God, okay? This is the character that's associated with God, okay? God. Then we have the Da, okay? D-A, Da. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give y'all a minute. Go ahead and write that down, and then we'll erase it and get some more characters. Also, if you're in the class, I want to give a big shout out to Officer Lashawan. You know what I mean? Give that brother a hand. You know what I mean? Ever since I came into the truth, you know what I mean? Like he's been someone that I've looked up to and inspired to be like. So the wallet of that brother, and you know, like go ahead. If you're in the class, go ahead and hit the like button, okay? And that's gonna help us get this school and, get more, hits as people are trying to, help them find their way into the school, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and hit the like button if you could. All right, I'm gonna have Officer Shirasata come up and, I'm gonna go ahead and erase that and, you can do the next 4 or 5 or whatever you fit up there. Okay. So the next 4 characters we have, okay, this is the ha, okay, ha. See that? H-A, ha, okay. And that's going to be the 5th character in that what we'll call the alphabet, okay? So like I said, we start from right to left, okay? And the next character we have is wa, okay? And just so a side note, the wa is used a lot in the Hebrew text, okay? You're gonna see wa a lot in the Hebrew text. Right. It's something that we say a lot. So just, so everybody know, if you can, you want to go ahead and get this, purchase this through the school website, I.S.U.P.K.com. Okay, this is going to be the workbook that we're going to be basically, working out of and following along in, and we're gonna progress. And this is basically our learning tool right here. So if you can get this, go ahead and get it. If not, we'll find a way to maybe upload certain pages or whatever and set and put them up through the chat or whatever, or send them through email so you can follow along. Okay, so we have the wa, okay, and then you have the za, okay, Z-A, za, okay. We have the za, okay, and then you have the ka, okay. So the ka is unlike any other character that we have in our alphabet, because the ka is, how can I say, you have to put some spin on it, basically. You know what I mean? Like when you pronounce this, it's not just ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka. Okay, this is how this character is pronounced. Ka. Okay, so we give you a minute. Go ahead and write those down. And as you're writing down, maybe, you write them down twice, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I want everybody that's, in the class, if you're advanced and you already know this, fine, just give everybody else a chance to catch up. But if you're new in the class, go ahead and, you want to be writing this down and following along so we can progress and, learn, you won't be left behind, because we're going to get into more action. So just go ahead and write that down, and we'll put the rest of them up in a minute.
Samaki, I don't know if y'all can see the board or not, but that light shining up there.
No, it's visible.
Okay.
It's visible.
All right, most high Christ. So yeah, we'll go ahead and give you another minute or so. Write those down.
What you got?
Okay, most high Christ. Yeah, if you could watch it for me.
Mm-hmm. What's up? Shout out to the people in the watch.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I could, man, we got 6 people in the group. I mean, we got 6 people watching live right now, man. Big shout out to yourselves, man. Give yourselves a hand. And make sure you hit that like button, man. And make sure you hit that share button as well.
Most high Christ. I've been thinking about putting something over even this part. Even this part here, like to block out the light.
I told Cat, you know what I'm saying, we should just get like a black, like something like that.
Yeah.
Make it black and put it on this. So we can even put something on it if we want to.
We'll get it done. All right, so I'm gonna have I.S.U.P.K come up and go ahead and erase this, and we'll get the next 4 or 5 characters, whatever you want to do. Schwartz, you would run me a napkin, maybe a couple of them. Yeah, so we're gonna finish up these characters tonight, and like I said, we wanna if you're just starting out with the Hebrew language, it's like being a baby, but we're adults now, so you can be a little more diligent. Like when a baby comes home from kindergarten, you have to force them to like write, the ABCs or whatever, the teacher gave them to do. Like being adults and grown men and women, we want to take that upon ourselves nightly or, much as possible. Go ahead and write these sounds down, okay? Write the characters and the sounds that they make and get familiar with it so you can, we can take back what's already ours, start speaking our own language and, become the holy people that the Most High called us to be.
Right, if I may.
Go ahead.
The scripture say, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be like babes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to learn everything over
Right.
again. That's
Right.
what you do.
Right. That's a bedrock scripture that we use here in the truth, Like you come into this truth and you have to, become like a baby again, and learn all over. So, all right. So, we're gonna start at the top. Yeah, Most High Christ. All right, so if I could real quick, I wanted to point out in this book that we're going to be learning out of or following and doing lessons through, I'm going to show you a little bit here real quick. What we're trying to work towards is being able to, say these words and be able to recognize the word and know what it means, okay? That's what we're working towards, okay? We're going to want to be able to see these words, okay, and be able to know what it means when you see it, okay? That's what we're working towards. So like I said, if you can get this workbook, okay, it'll help you follow along. If not, don't sweat it. We're going to, we'll make it happen, okay? We're going to get you everything that you need. All right, just hit us up in the chat and let us know what you need, okay? So,
where we at? 2, 4, 6, 8. We're at the 9th character in the Hebrew alphabet, okay? And like, I know you may have been looking at this down here, okay? But this is the Assyrian, okay? And I'm not gonna teach this, okay? Because this is something this is really not this is not the original Hebrew text, okay? This is something that was created during our slavery way back, a couple thousand years ago. So we're not going to teach this. What we're going to teach is the original Hebrew text, okay? Okay, so now, like I said, we're at the top, okay? And you want to be writing these down. I'm going to keep saying that because that's what I want you to be diligent and learning and in here and participating, okay? So this is the top, okay? Top. Then we have the Yah, okay? Yah. And you're going to see the Yah a lot also, okay? Yah, okay? And then we have the Ka, okay? So the Ka almost sounds like what we saw earlier. Okay, the Ka. Okay, the Ka almost sounds like the Ka. Okay, but like I said, this one you got to pull a little spin on it. Okay, so this is the Ka, and this is the Ka. Okay, it's real. This one you're gonna take it easy on this one. It's just Ka. You know what I mean? Ta, Ya, Ka. Ka. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, like you talking one up, yeah. Ka. You know what I mean? Yeah. To it. Ka. Okay. So this is just the Ka. Okay, Ka. And then we have the La. Okay. And there's a couple characters on here. We missed it. I didn't bring it out with the Za, but the character looks exactly like the sound. Okay, or like yeah, we know the bastard tongue of This is the La. Okay, right. The Za looks like how it sounds. What you're familiar with is what I can say. You're familiar with the Z? No, this is Za. It looks like it sounds, basically. Okay, also, now we have the La, okay? The La looks like it sounds, we're familiar with that, okay? So that should be easy to remember. That was, you know what I mean? There's a few that, would be easy for you to remember, because you look at it and spending your years on this planet Earth, obviously you're gonna know that La or that L, the La, and then the Za or whatever. Okay, so we'll give you another minute to write those down, and then we'll move on. Also, at any point, like I said, if y'all brothers have something you want to bring out, just, go ahead and let me know. Scripture, anything. Okay.
I got some, but I don't know what you have to get.
Yeah, if you would, go ahead and erase these and write the next ones on Isupk since you're already up here. And like this shouldn't be this class is not going to be laborious, okay? It's going to be what's the word? What's it said in the scripture when it says not? Yeah, this isn't grievous, okay? Learning this language shouldn't be grievous to you. It should be fun. It should be something you want to do. You should be participating in it, looking forward to it, because there's that feeling that you have when you're out in the general public and you see these white people from, where the fuck ever on the earth, it's likely, and they're speaking a language and you have no idea what they're saying, okay? And it makes you feel some way, you know what I mean? So imagine if you can do the same thing. The Most High wants you to be able to do that, okay? You should be able to speak a language, in front of the Arabs or the Chinese people, and they look at you and say, what the heck is he saying? You know what I mean? That is 100% being holy, you know what I mean? Because when they speak their language, they're separating themselves from you. They're in a whole crowded building full of people, and they're speaking a language that nobody else can understand. They are separating themselves from everybody else. Right. We need to be able to do the same thing, okay? So, all right. So the next character we have here is the Ma. And you know what I mean? So like I said it earlier, everybody, you're gonna have your own way, just like when you was taught how to write a cursive, you know what I mean? Like that shit, nobody at cursive look the same, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna come to that at some point. You're gonna have your own way of writing these characters, okay? Now you want to get to the point, like, because when you were a baby in school, they gave you a big piece of paper with the lines on it, so you can make that A look perfect. You know what I mean? So we're gonna start out. And you want your characters to look perfect. You know what I mean? But as you grow and you progress and you're writing the Hebrew and you're reading the Hebrew, you're gonna be able to write it the way you know what I mean, that feels comfortable with you. You can read it, you understand it. Like for me, I'll write the Ma, and it's gonna look like that. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, you want it to look like this. You wanna make it perfect, okay? It's like growing, First, you show me that you can do it the way it's supposed to be done, and then you do it however you want to do it. You know what I mean? You put your own spin on it. You know what I mean? Like, and that, you know what I mean, is what we're working towards, okay? Just like that saw, this shouldn't be at the top like this. That shouldn't be at the top. And they should all be the same. Yeah, the lines, the horizontal lines should be all the same. Yeah, that's perfect. That's the saw, okay? All right, so you want to go ahead and write these down. Okay, this is the Ma, and this Ma, I always looked at it when I first came in like an upside down M. You know what I mean? I was like, I knew that. You know what I mean? Like, I know that one easy because that's an upside down M. You know what I mean? That's the Ma, okay? And then the Na is the upside down N almost. You know what I mean? It's, backwards, whatever, but it has that familiarity of an N right there. This is the Na, okay? And like I said, you're gonna at some point have your own way, your own, individuality way of writing these characters, okay? Like I said, that's my Na, okay? Everything I do is gonna have that little curve to it for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So we have the Na and the red one. Okay? We have the Ma, the Na, Sa, and the I. Okay? Now you know how the American English language, it has what they call vowels. Okay? In the Hebrew, there's no I there's one I, okay? I'm just trying to get to that. But there's no A, no singular sound. But this is the only one where there's like a singular, it's just one letter for this character, okay? And that's the I. This is the only one in the 22 characters that we have that has that singular, just one letter, okay? That's the I, okay? Go ahead.
And like Austin and Shock brought out about the za and the la, how they look like, how they sound. This is not that. This looks like an O, but it is not an O. When you see this, you don't pronounce it as O. There is no O in Hebrew. So this is an I. You have to understand that. And the way you can remember that is that it looks like an eyeball. So if you look at it and you see that, just think I. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sorry, Christ. You're gonna, yeah, and you know what? We all have these little, nuances that we use to get familiar with the characters, and it kind of sticks with you throughout your whole, you know what I mean? You're not gonna forget that thing that helped you remember this, you know what I mean? So you get to a point where it's just everything's fluent, you know what I mean? So this is the I, okay? And like Isaac was saying, for me, I always looked at it as an O, but I knew it was, like it's like O maybe I, you know what I mean? Like so, yeah. So, all right, so I'm gonna give you a few minutes. Go ahead and write that down couple times if you would, or whatever, and then we'll move forward. Wow. We will show us we're gonna do the next. How many we got?
I got 6 minutes.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and write the next 6 up there, and that way we'll go ahead and knock it out. All right. On a side note, like I know you guys, you see us in the Sabbath service every week. Every Saturday we come in here, and basically that's what we're doing. Okay, we are practicing speaking and reading the Holy Tongue. Okay, so what you want to do is definitely catch us in the Sabbath service, and you can listen and follow along and hear us read and speak the Hebrew language, and that'll help you out. And if you're in the class, don't forget to hit that like button, okay? Let's get those likes up, and it's gonna help us, reach other brothers and sisters, okay? What we looking like on that?
We had 54 minutes.
So the next 4 characters that we're going to be pronouncing and writing out is the pa. Okay, we're going to start. This is the pa. Oh, wow! I talk so loud, I don't even know. All right, so yeah, my voice carries regardless. So this is the pa. Okay, and it kind of resembles somehow that curve right there. Okay, like I said, we're all going to come up with your own individual little things to help you remember or associate the character with the sound, okay? So this is the pa, okay? Pa, okay? The Hebrew language is Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Pa, Ra, Kwa, Ta, Za, okay? It's just it's like a goat or a sheep, you know what I mean?
Right.
Okay? That's why we are, the Lord always refers to us as sheep, we out there talking, So, that's the way he set it up. Okay? All right, so this is the pa, okay? And the next one is taza, okay? This one has 4 letters for this one character, okay? And this is going to be the only character that has 4 letters, okay? It's the ta and the za together, taza, okay? And like, I always remember this one is taza because it looks like a T with a Z, you know what I mean? Like, taza, you know what I mean? Taza, you know what I mean? So that's how I associated, and I knew that character was easy for me to remember because of the Z. This Hebrew language you're gonna find is really, like, for me, it was natural. It just felt like natural. Writing from right to left felt natural because I would find myself doing that, and I always felt like, what do they call that? Dyslexic or something when you do shit backwards. You know what I mean? And I was like, why do I always want to start? Like my whole life, like I'll start from this end and be like, oh no, I'm doing it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, but I was actually doing it right. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean?
I like to say, like, if I could, I like to say, we're smart. Like we're smarter as kids before they start teaching us stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they mess up our heads when they start teaching us this devil way of thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's like a feeling or a vibe that you had something and the world took it away from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your own mom and dad took it away from you. You know what I'm saying? But we'll that's for a later time. So we have the taza, and like I said, this is the only character in our 22 characters that has 4 letters. Okay, taza. Okay, taza. Okay, then we have the qua. Okay, and like that Q that kind of looks like a Q, kind of sort of. Kind of. You know what I mean? So that's how I always, in my mind, associate the qua with, that little Q. If you turn a lot of these letters, it seems like if you turn them or flip them, it'll look like,
if I may,
the sound that we're used to, the letter that we're used to growing up. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, like I've seen it written like this as well. I've seen it written. I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember it was a brother who wrote it like that.
Right. And like I was saying, you know what I mean? Like we're all gonna get our own way of writing this. It's like if you sit down and write a letter, you know what I mean? Like right now today, you sit down and write a letter using the white man's English characters, it's not gonna look like the way I write it, you know what I mean? And that's where we're gonna get to. We're all individuals, okay? It doesn't have to be, when you grow up and learn to read and write on your own, listen, you read, you write however the hell you want to, you know what I mean? You make it look like what is, what you're, comfortable with. So, okay, we'll all get there. So don't worry, you're gonna get there. If you just stick in and learn and, and just be diligent, and you'll be speaking Hebrew before you know it. Putting sentences together, reading sentences, okay? So this is the qua, and then we have the ra, okay? And like I said earlier, this kind of looks like a backwards R. You just got to put the leg on it, you know what I mean? So, like I said, we all have our individual ways of remembering these characters, okay? So just go ahead and write those down, and then we'll get the last few, and then we'll move on.
And also that ba, the ba and the ra, like if you look at the white man's alphabet,
Hold on.
it's like the ba and the ra. If you look at the white man's alphabet, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is the B, and this is the R, right? You can see the similarity between the two, and it's like all they did was take out a piece of the B. With the ra and the ba is the ba,
Yeah, definitely. Same thing. Those two, yeah.
Take out a piece
Yeah,
of the letter.
Definitely. Definitely. Like when I'm studying and reading and writing and copying stuff down, that is something that I totally, definitely, take notice of. The ba and the ra. And like, you know what I mean? Like it has that same squareness to it right there at the top. So it's the triangle, I mean, it's pointing the same way, you know what I mean? And down here at the bottom of the bar, you just got the little extra curve, and over here you just got the leg, okay?
White man's the devil, the Bible speaks of.
English is not even the white man's language.
Right.
It's a Japhetic language.
Right.
He stole it.
Hey, the white man stole everything.
Right.
He's a vagabond, and that's why he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, okay? So nothing is, on this earth is, how can I say it, is original to the white man.
Right.
Nothing that he does or have is originally his, except killing.
That's all he knows.
He is the originator of that. Right.
Right.
He is, you know what I mean? What's the scripture say? He's wicked from the womb. Yeah. Right. So
say he was a murderer from the beginning.
right, murder from the beginning. Yes, that's definitely, he has trademarked that. You know what I mean? Like black people, we are so, we're gonna go through stuff. When I say blacks, obviously Hispanic, Native Indians. As a family, we're gonna go through stuff. We're gonna fight each other. It's in the, it's in the Bible. You know what I mean? But thank Most High, we have laws, and we are learning these laws on how to how can I say, how to like go through, or what I mean, like under like be able to squash. There's rules for how to deal with an op or whatever, or something that you have against somebody, you know what I mean, a trespass or whatever, So okay, so we're gonna go ahead and erase these, if you would, and then we'll do the last few or couple. Wash it down again real quick. I might have to break down and get another board.
Well, just let us know what it is. I mean, you got to put it in the room.
Yeah, it was on, so you got one. Trooper was on.
Oh, yeah,
What's
that's right.
in there?
I'd like to get him up, see what's going on with it.
Do it now. Say you're working on this board. Really working on this board. Got lost that protective layer, you know what I mean?
I don't know if they sell something that you can buy to get it back.
Maybe.
I'll check that out first.
That's exactly
Restore, some kind of restore.
Yeah, because you can see like how it's soaking into the actual board.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's for a different story.
Give it a minute to dry, and then we'll just do the last couple. Okay.
We could probably just put like some gloss paint on that mother.
If you would, before you write those last couple, we'll try to do this at the beginning from now on. Let's go ahead and get this on the top of the board. Okay, Lashawan, Qadash, write it in the, write it in the Hebrew.
Right, just like that.
Right, and then, write it like that. It's okay. Sorry, Christ. So from now on, we're gonna have this up already on the board when we start our class, and you can kind of see this is what we're working towards, okay? And I know if you don't know, and you're seeing these little, what do we call these? Connectors. Well, I guess it's connected, because here is not a connector, you know what I mean? Like this is not connecting this to that, you know what I'm saying? It's an individual sound, okay? This is connecting these two sounds together. And like I said earlier, when that happens, you're gonna knock off the last, basically the last letter of the sound of that, the one at the end, okay? So this is what, if you look at this is what we're looking, or we're working towards being able to just look at this and read it and know what it means, okay? So when you see this, you know that's the la, sha, wa, na, kwa, da, sha, okay? And then what you have to do is, that's what we're working towards, being able to put these letters, the sounds together, and know how to, like, make it. It's just like the English language, but not just like it, but the English language is not original. But anyway, it's knowing how to put the sounds or the characters together and sound them out, okay? And this upside down, smiley U or whatever, or what do we call that? That would be, try to get a proper name for it. Connector. Okay, this single connector, okay, I'll call it a connector, okay. So this is the way it's going, like upside down. It looks upside down. When the point is pointing, the two ears are pointing down, that means it's an individual sound, okay? This is gonna be la, and you're gonna sound this out individually, okay? La, sha, and then now you have the ends pointing up. So that means these two sounds have to connect. You have to put them together. Okay? So now you're gonna have the la, sha, wa, an. Lashawan. Okay, you hear that? Wan, Lashawan. Okay, it's just the end. It's not Lashawana. You know what I mean? It's just Lashawan. You just do the end. Lashawan. Wan. Okay? Qua, and then you have the da and the sha, dash, okay? La, right, because they're connected. These two sounds are connected. So you basically are gonna drop off the last letter, basically, of the sound, okay? La, sha, wan, qua, dash, okay? See, just like it's written here, there's no A there. But this character, if you look at the board, it has an A, okay? But we're gonna knock that off because when you connect two sounds together, the last letter on that sound is gonna get dropped, basically, right? Okay? So that's the la, sha, wan, qua, dash, okay? And this is how we spell it out. You might want to next time just, I know we didn't have enough room yet for now, you know what I mean? Well, that is, okay. That's, should be one. But yeah, it should be just one.
Two words.
Yeah. Okay. All right, no sweat. Most High Christ. Okay, but this is what we're working towards, okay? Being able to put those sounds together and, see it and know what it means, okay? When you read that word, you'll say, okay, I know what that means. Like when you read a certain word in the English language, you know what I mean? Like fear, you know exactly what that word means. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you can read it, you know, okay, I know what fear means. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what we're working towards, okay? Not just with this one word, but with every word in the Hebrew language, basically, okay? And okay, so the last couple characters that we have is the sha, okay? And these are the only two that have three letters associated with the character, okay? This is the sha, okay? Sha. And then we have, okay? Sha, okay? I don't know, is that, looking at the W, I guess you gotta get, yeah.
Well, if I could,
Yeah.
what it is this is supposed to be like a wave, like water. So it's based on the sound, like how water sounds when it runs. This is supposed to be a wave.
I don't know if that's that one.
That's my water.
Yeah. No sweat. We'll get it, but yeah, because I've heard something else.
Yeah, ma is my young. That means water. So when you see that's the wave that
Right. Because this looks like a wave almost, like the way somebody, I think it was Officer Mirage drew it out. He showed like it was like a wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's no sweat. We'll get. We'll that's something else we'll cover. You know, like how Adam came up with all these, characters and sounds and what they're associated with. Okay. All right. So we have the Shah, and then finally we have the Tha. Okay. Which looks like a sideways T. That helped me remember, the sound that was associated with this character. Tha, okay? Tha, okay? So you want to go ahead and write all that down, and then we'll probably go ahead and end the class for this week, and we'll jump into it next week. Like I said, we're going to start off basic. We're going to start you off basic, and it's going to progress, okay? Basically, it will get more intense, a little harder, but that's why I want you to be ready. I know some of us are already here, but for the ones of us that are not, everybody else just, give us some time, be patient, and, we'll all get to where we're trying to get together, okay? And if you have any comments, go ahead and, we're just about to get out of here right now, but next time, go ahead and, type in your comments, questions, or whatever you have, and we'll address it, okay? That's what we do here in U.P.K. It's a school of practical knowledge, okay? What you got?
I was gonna say
Oh, okay. Right. So, yeah, we'll give you a minute. Go ahead and write that down, and then we'll move from there. All right, so if you got that down, no sweat. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and end the class this week, okay? So next week we'll probably pretty much do the same thing, but we may throw a little something, just a little something in also along with, the characters, just to get us started, maybe a couple of light words or something like that, okay? So with that, we're going to go ahead and end the class. Go ahead and clap it up, get the Most High hand. Okay. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play a song for us, and you can stick around and listen to that, and then we'll get up out of here. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Shemal. I'm slacking. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah thumb to the brothers, and Yahweh Shemal Thumb Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Most High in Christ. Let's see what we got. Where is that? Follow through. Pretty much the elephant today.
I think that was perfect because then you get to go back over each letter and you can show on that. Might take more than an hour to do it though. One nigga